Confidence is the best accessory at any age. Elevate yours with Skin Goal Skincare's expertise. Shop at skingoal.co.uk.
Okay, as usual, we are going to start with our quick fire round. Are you ready? We'll start with Julie.
Fingers on the butter.
Fingers
on the buzzer.
On the buzzers. Julie, starter or dessert?
Oh, definitely starter.
Esther?
It's always been a dessert, but I don't know if it's hormones, menopausal. I am now starter rather than pudding. I was always pudding, but not now.
I was always starter. Now I'm dessert.
We could go out together and get a 3-course meal and share it.
Eat each other's. Yeah, that's brilliant.
I love it. Okay, Esther, Instagram or TikTok?
I'd say Instagram because I'm new to TikTok, but Instagram's hard work, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And if you're not sort of gorgeous with gorgeous pictures, then nobody wants a political story. No, trust me, the political story sort of hangs there. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be gorgeous.
Swiping by.
Hangs there. You'll have to find a way to jazz it up a bit. Julie, now I know you're quite into your TikTok.
I'm into my TikTok. It's got to be TikTok for me.
Be TikTok.
Come while away, many an hour scrolling TikTok. What about you, Penny? What are you?
So I feel safer on Instagram.
Do you?
I feel like I know what I'm doing. But I'm a bit with Esther. It's hard work.
Yes,
Yeah.
get onto the TikTok. We're going to follow you, Julie.
It's more raw. That's what it is. It's raw.
Do you know what I feel about
is
TikTok?
it? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I feel like TikTok is what Instagram used to be when it started.
Yeah.
So it shows it to more people, whereas Instagram just wants you to pay.
And it's more aesthetically pleasing, isn't it,
Yes.
Instagram?
More current.
Beautiful pictures, beautiful people.
We're going to have a lesson with Julie on
Yes, I think we do. We need to set up our own TikTok. That's what we need to do.
Oh, yes. Right. Okay. Julie, what's your most used emoji? You're allowed to.
I'm allowed to. Great, because I've got the laughing emoji. That's probably my most used one. I have laughing faces, different ones, but my favourite one is the rolling on the floor laughing face. You know, the one tilty
yes,
face.
love that.
And can I say the word crap?
Yeah.
The poo emoji.
The poo.
Comes in really handy.
It's cute.
Yeah, well, it's cute and it's very good for different situations.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
versatile.
Versatile. Yes, it is. Those are my favourite.
Esther?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up,
Definitely
very
thumbs
I
up.
hate thumbs up.
functional.
Functional.
It is. It's
I
functional.
hate that one.
Yes,
I do
yes.
hate that
It's
one.
thumbs up, and then you're right. Laughy, smiley face.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Or occasionally the the eye sort of
Eye roll.
Eye roll.
Yes.
The eye roll
Yes.
is a good one.
The eye roll is a good one.
Or a shock look. In fact, I can go through them, but definitely thumbs up. It just you both did that
Yeah, we did.
perfectly on cue. The shock face. If I could describe it now, that really was the emoji shock face. Look, the pair of you did.
Now, I've got to say, I want to because I punctuate with the purple heart. It's just always my thing. I end things with it instead of kisses sometimes. I use the little
do.
purple heart. I don't know why. I just love it. So my other one is, you know, the face that's like the crazy face.
Oh, the crazy face with the
where you've got like
wonky
a tongue
eyes
out
and
the
things.
wonky
Yeah.
eye, like where you've forgotten something or you've...
I've had too much champagne.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I use that one quite a lot. But I use the laugh one a lot
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think that's nice that we use the laughing one.
I use it. I laugh at
Actually, the
myself.
glass of red wine one comes out quite
Yeah,
a bit.
to be
as
fair,
well.
yeah. I've
Or
probably
the
got
pop.
a top 10 hits of emojis.
Shall we get the people who did the adolescence emojis to analyse ours?
Yeah, shall we? Yeah, our top 10 most used emojis, send them off to be analysed. See
I
what comes
noticed
back.
There's quite a few that I use day to day with my husband. We're in the adolescence one.
Aubergine.
The aubergine. We use the skull one quite a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, like as a joke for if you get something wrong or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, the very angry one as well is quite a good
Oh, I
one.
like
the
that.
very
Yes.
angry,
What about the one with the
zip lips.
swearing?
The swearing with the zippy
Oh, and
zip,
there's the
isn't
zip
it? Yeah,
one
the
as
zip
well.
one. Yeah.
So I think we can just say that we like a lot of emojis.
It's just a quick reply, isn't it? If you know somebody really well, the thumbs up is like, oh, well, am I seeing you later? Yes. Should I do this? Yes. It's just a simple reply, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It is, yeah.
I add them on most of my messages. Do you?
Yes. Like, again,
Most
it's
of mine.
a form of punctuation instead
To
of
make it
kisses
light-hearted,
sometimes.
or I'm angry, the red face, or to sort of say how you're feeling.
Yeah, what I don't like is when you think, do they really mean that? Or is this a kind of, I'm trying to think, sort of pressurised?
Pressurising you into
Yes.
something, or, Yeah, it's interesting. Could we have a conversation just with emojis?
Yeah.
Easily. It would be great. It'd save a lot of time.
Instead of saying, how are you feeling today? Send an emoji.
Just like,
What are you doing today? Send an emoji.
that's when my little crazy face comes in handy.
Is it?
Like, yeah, if you're feeling a bit, I'm all over the show.
I'm not asking you about the aubergine then. We'll move on from that.
That one. Yeah, we quite like the peach one as well.
The peach
Now, recently, I came across an article that showed that Swindon has just done some art, and I know you can't see me because we're on air, but I've just done the curly things around that, because is it art? They have just painted some bollards as smoking cigarettes, and it's pretty horrific. So my question is public art meant to challenge? Is it meant to soothe, or is it meant to entertain? Am I taking this the wrong way, ladies?
Well, it's public, so it's got to be maybe a general consensus, would it be? That it's going to be attractive to most people?
Well, then that'll be bland, won't it? I mean, if everybody's got to sort of agree with it, then, So I would have liked, well, you see, there you go, because you're dividing opinion already.
Yeah, okay.
I'd quite like to entertain, but then if you're thinking soothe, or you're thinking challenge, or you're thinking everybody's liked already, we're not going to have everybody liking it, are we?
We're agree,
No.
yeah. Now, the Angel of the North, right, from my neck of the woods.
Yes.
When that first came in, everybody hated it. Now we all love
It's
it.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
it's a
iconic.
statement piece.
Yeah.
So that was done in a very different way, wasn't it? That
Yes.
was a statement
Yeah.
piece. That was putting it on the mark. That was looking for commentary. That was looking to raise awareness, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it
So
was.
maybe that's what it's more about, raising awareness, and different people will read into it in different ways.
What do you think of them yourself?
Of Angel of the North?
No.
Or just
The cigarette.
The cigarette, I can't bear
Have
it.
we
No,
got
I
to the
can't.
cigarette? Have we got to the cigarette yet?
Well, that was my headline, wasn't
Sorry.
it? Yeah. No, it's fine.
No, but you have to explain which one it was that
Yes.
you were irritated by or like.
The Swindon cigarette made me... I don't know whether it's because I'm an ex-smoker,
Oh,
but I find something about the cigarette with the fag ash on...
yeah, it's just
very-
repulsive.
I don't get it. But maybe that is what art is about. that you
And what
don't
was
get
it? That there were bollards on a road, and they thought, "What, we need to decorate it." I don't really know why it was
Basically,
converted,
yes.
because really we all know what bollards look like, and nobody's
they're
really
boring.
bothered.
And
They're boring.
And that's fine.
Which is the bland bit,
Yeah,
bit
which is
that
the
nobody,
bland bit.
and everybody knows what it is. It's important for you to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So when I saw these 3 cigarettes, I think it was, maybe there's more, but I thought it was 3. It sort of made me smile, because I did think a bit Banksy. They are sort of ugly. They are. I think they were trying to say, why are we... I think it was also to say to these bollards, they're redundant. We don't want them. So I didn't know if the cigarette signified that as well, because it wasn't because they wanted the bollards.
So like a sign.
Yeah,
Like-
or can we not set, I've got to be careful what I'm fire. Yeah, I didn't mean that. But can we not get rid of them because they would
Stamp
disappear?
them out.
But out, Julie, rather than setting them off.
Interesting. Still hate them, but yeah.
Just a thought.
Yes, I don't know why it bothers me so much now. Now, Esther, this is why discussion is important. The Banksy angle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fascinating, actually. See, it's made me think differently about them.
Yeah. Because I think
Yeah.
Banksy sort of makes you think, doesn't it? It's
does make you
funny,
think,
it's
yeah.
quirky, it sees things in a
Sometimes
different
doesn't
way.
make any sense, so, it doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah.
But it's still making people notice. Interesting.
But I think, yeah, the Swindon cigarettes, I can take or leave. The Angel of the North, I'm down for.
I mean, Banksy's stuff now, is worth a few bob, and if anybody's
Yes.
got one, they're chiselling it off the wall, aren't they, to
Yeah,
try and take it.
absolutely.
Maybe they were hoping those 3 bollards would be dug out the road and taken away
Probably
for
will
good.
be for the wrong reasons.
Wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
And
So,
talking of art, now, a bit left field here, but has anybody got a favourite piece of art?
Not an arty person.
Right.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you like. If you see something, well, that's nice, that's amazing. But no,
That's
personally not.
that is
you know,
the beauty of art,
which
isn't
is
it? Subjective.
It is
Yeah.
subjective. Correct.
There was, I liked when Liverpool was capital of culture, they created a piece called the Mona Lennon. So it was the Mona Lisa, but it had John Lennon's face in.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And the artist was fabulous. And he did things like that. So the 3 Graces, which was on the waterfront, he then put in the Greek 3 Graces for the buildings of 3 Graces. And he did brilliant artwork. Now, I don't have the originals, but I bought limited prints of, because to me, it was thoughtful. It was entertaining. It was funny. And maybe that's what I like in art.
Yes.
Something that, that just made me smile. But Mona Lennon, it's called. And there's, as I said, various other ones.
How fascinating.
I've just thought something. The bees, the Manchester bee, iconic. So
yeah.
remember when the awful tragedy happened at the arena, and then the Manchester bee became even more iconic.
Yes.
So it was in works of art, it was on walls, it was on paintings, it was on tattoos.
Yes.
So probably that's going to be my favourite.
Oh, I like that. It's that symbolism.
It's
that you
symbolism,
like.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like pride in your city, and you know
Yes.
it did sort of, and it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it went back to the industrial age in Manchester, wasn't it? The worker bee.
Yeah, the worker bees.
So it's
yeah.
always been.
Busy bee.
Been ours, yeah.
Yeah, it's always been important, but that really sort of reinvented it, I think, for
And there's
people.
pots of honey in Liverpool called Let It Be.
Oh, well.
Larissa, which was your favourite piece of art?
Well, I'm not being very decisive today. I've got 2 actually.
Yeah.
Now, my one I just love, and I was lucky enough to see it in person when it was on tour. I saw Michelangelo's David. So I really love sculpture.
I thought you were going to say David Beckham. It's another work of art. God, I've got loads of work of
I
art.
was going to
really
say
do
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
He's good on the eyes.
He's very
Easy on
good
the
at that.
eyes.
Easy on the eyes. Sorry, Penny. When you said David, I was like, oh my God, yeah, he's another work of art I love.
Or were you thinking, obviously not of him, but his tattoos? That's certainly a work of art.
Absolutely. With tattoos. But anyway,
But my other one, and this is weird because I don't eat meat. I'm pescatarian. But Damien Hirst.
I didn't know where this was going.
no, I was thinking that aubergine emoji. Maybe we should have flashcards. Aubergine.
Damien Hirst,
Yes.
The Golden Calf. I don't know why, but I just found
Okay.
it so beautiful.
Oh, really?
I know, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's
No, I tell you that we're finding out a lot about Penny here, aren't we? The inner
We will.
workings of Penny's mind. And yours, Julie,
Yeah,
straight
I
away,
know.
David Beckham.
I know.
Yeah, I was there.
See.
You were both there with that.
Yeah.
Can we do secret likes then next week? Secret likes that other people do. Yeah.
Ours aren't so secret now, are they?
That's true.
I think the art thing, where we've come to with it is art is subjective.
Yes.
And we've all got a different view on art, haven't we? And the
We
importance of it and what it should invoke in us.
Yeah, that's true.
I like lots of colour as well. I just love vibrant, nice colours. That is appealing to me. I don't know, maybe wakes me up, adds colour to the life.
Well, and again, I would say that is what art should be. That you see something, you love it, and you buy
Perks
it.
you up.
Yeah.
It's like music, isn't it? Perks you up.
yeah.
Yes.
And we don't all like the same music.
No, pick me up.
Yeah.
Perk me up.
I think that's a rather lovely conclusion to the art.
It is.
Right. The big debate, the prison reform. Now, was it thumbs up or thumbs down? Esther's favourite emoji is a
Yes.
thumbs up. Where does she sit on this?
The prison reforms that's just come through, it's a big thumbs down. and I'll explain, the focus was just to have less people in prison to reduce prison numbers, not whether it was working or not whether you need to do more rehabilitation when people are in prison. And I get all that. It was about reducing the numbers. Well, I don't think that's your starting point.
Yeah.
Your starting point is, how do you make sure that there's two things I think you've got to do. There's an element of punishment, removing people from society, and there is rehabilitation. So you've got to say, well, what isn't working and how do we craft it properly? Not on number one thing is to get a load of people out of prison and how do we do it and this is what we're going to do. Yeah. And therefore, I felt they were looking at the problem down the wrong end of the barrel. And that is why I don't agree what the government is planning on doing.
Yes, I am in full agreement.
Yes, I'm in agreement with that, totally.
I feel like the starting point is wrong.
Yes.
I feel like we do need more prison places, really. I think a really quick win is to deport foreign criminals.
Yes, absolutely
I
agree.
don't understand why that statement...
Of which there are 10,000 out of the 88,000 prison population.
that would make a good
percentage, isn't it? Yeah.
I cannot understand why that would be a remotely controversial statement. We just deport them.
Sometimes,
there's an exception.
and sometimes they say if that foreign criminal has perpetrated this crime and he's been given the sentence, you might want them to spend some of that time in prison that you know of for the victim of the crime. Because what you don't want is them to be sent back, fundamentally released, and then never spend any time in prison for that. So that is why they've usually kept them.
Yeah.
So we get all that. But fundamentally, you've got to understand, why is prison there? It is to remove the privileges of everyday free society from people who have harmed, hurt, or done whatever. Yeah. And the other thing, it's not that easy to get into prison.
Yes.
It's not like your first offence and you're in. Absolutely not. My other half is an anorak and all of this, and he does freedom of information requests for everything. And it was shocking how many crimes you have to commit to actually get in prison if it's not a violent one. I think he did the most he'd ever heard of was over 700 previous convictions to even get into prison. So don't think it's easy to get into prison. So if you're not putting them in, and they've got community sentencing, etc., it's not working for them, and then they're not in prison. Whereas I'd be a zero tolerance. I look at some of these changes now. What could they do? Tagging they do rather than put people in prison.
Yes.
I would say no.
No.
Tag immediately, so it's zero tolerance.
Yeah.
And then if you escalate up, this is what you've already escalated up, and we're going to put you back in the community or give you a tag.
Yeah. Now, I was shocked that I saw one where he'd had 40 offences and then prison. So here in 700, I'm not massively surprised, actually.
I mean, that was the maximum. His question was, what was the maximum?
What is the maximum?
So is the decision not to send somebody, though, because there's no space to send them? So would that person have gone to prison early?
This has gone for a long period of time. They're not putting people in prison. So the people who are in prison are probably the worst of the worst, as it is, because you don't sort of get there. So you either build more prisons, which they should have done. But as I said, for a long period of time, we probably haven't done the rehabilitation in prison. So that your excuse now is, let's not put everybody in there. No, it's to make sure it works, which will mean building more prison spaces.
Yeah, it would.
Absolutely.
And making sure whatever they get whilst they're in prison, like rehabilitation, is working.
Yes.
Not convinced that is.
I don't.
So that when they come out, they're not going to commit those crimes again.
And I think because they're too late, in my mind, going into prison, they're already hardened criminals, and they've already thought it is worth it. They're not stupid. They've done the sum, haven't they? The analysis. Is it worth it to have done that to get into prison or not?
100%. That's got to be.
Unless you send a
tweet. I know.
Right.
I just wanted
to.
I know.
Right. No, you can put that, because you see, there was, and I was getting the figures. Do you remember the other year, last November? The government let out 1,700 prisoners at once. Do you remember all of the celebration? It was going to go up to 3,300. But at the same time, they also, because there was those sort of after Southport, lots of rioting, so they arrested 1,280 people and charged nearly 800 people. So what was the point
of taking all
of those out to do this? And this is then where you get the two-tier justice, the two-tier policing, the two-tier sentencing, because you're letting people out, yet for others, which has seemed a tweet, And
Terrible.
Lucy Connolly, you're talking about that. We know it was a vile tweet. We
Yeah.
know she did something wrong. There probably absolutely was a price to pay, but it's totally disproportionate, what
yeah.
she's doing, what they've done to her. Totally
It is.
disproportionate.
Disgraceful. When we've got Hugh Edwards and people like
Yep.
that and not doing any time, we've got an MP who punched one of his constituents to the floor and didn't serve any time. And then we've got a woman, a mother, who's got no previous convictions. As a, conversely, that's 700. And she does, 3 years? Or
31 months.
31 months.
She's
but-
just had her appeal turned.
Yeah.
But it was sort of worse than that. She should have had something called rottle, sort of you get time out, and that should have started last November to see her child and a sick husband, right? And that has been somehow not granted to her. And people are saying, "What are you doing?" There's an element now of sort of persecution of this.
It feels like
and
that.
I think, how have the government and the legal system got themselves into such a pickle over this woman? They need to step aside, step back and say, "Oh, what are we doing here that's wrong?" This does not, and that's why people are now saying, "Oh, is she a political prisoner?"
I feel like she is now.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get, and by the way, this is true, if there's ever rioting or civil disobedience, whoever is caught up with that, irrespective of the time, not just now, they will be made. They will get steep sentencing. There is an element of making an example of them.
people,
right?
yeah.
Right. So that is. But even given that, what's happening to this woman now is the strangest
It's
thing
too
ever.
severe.
Barbaric,
But what
yeah.
happened to freedom of speech?
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Well, we don't
Because
have it.
look, she sent out a tweet that was, as we all agree here, she shouldn't have done it, and she did apologise.
And
She
she
did take it down,
deleted
and
it
she
herself,
deleted it.
yeah.
But are you not allowed to say some things without going to prison?
Yeah, well, we should be.
We
able
should
to.
be allowed to.
And I think
And-
she was caught up in what had happened, what was happening, and at that time there
she
was
got-
riots,
it's
and
sort of she got
caught,
blamed.
and
There
she
was
got caught up in
extenuating
that.
Yes.
circumstances with her own situation with her child
Yes.
and things. There's so many
But
things.
it's like she got
that-
blamed for all the things that happened after Southport.
And there is
That's
no
what it felt
evidence
like.
that her tweet caused anything
No.
because there's a really important line in her tweet that is "for all I care." So it wasn't her saying go
You
and do
should-
that.
yes,
she
yeah,
just said
she
if
did
you
say
do
that,
that
for all I care.
and that's a really important part of it as well.
How often do we all say things, maybe on a daily basis, that if you put that in a tweet, now you realise if you put that into it, my goodness me,
Yeah,
could I end up in prison
it's
for saying something like that, which is just an opinion, really?
It is an
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah.
And that's why it makes a mockery of all these new prison rules
it
that are
does.
coming out, because it's saying sentencing less than a year should be ditched and more suspended sentencing. Release some prisoners earlier if they've done good behaviour. Well, there could be an argument for that if they are doing it.
Depending
right?
on the crime, I suppose.
The expanding community orders. Well, let me tell you that if you haven't got it right in the community, you haven't got the support in the community, that's not going to work. And tagging. So this woman is still in prison for her tweet. At the same time, they're saying let out thousands of people.
Yeah.
They're saying not bring in thousands of people.
But
For
she's
a
still
whole
there.
host of issues, yet she's still
She
there. So it
languishes
makes a
in prison,
mockery
yeah.
of all of that. And as I said, that's where it's totally disproportionate.
Totally. So I think we're all in agreement that Lucy Connolly shouldn't still be in prison
We
at
are.
all. And now too, I think we all agree that sexual predators, people like that should be. How do we feel about chemical castration? So the government have suggested this. It seems a very right wing. That word gets bandied around as if it's a bad thing to be on the right of politics, but we have right and we have left in this country. They're neither are right or wrong. It's just the political side. But
Could
actually,
be, well, it's not right, is it? It's left. It's a left-wing government, so
but
you
it's
call
a
it far left.
Yes,
So
so
let's
this
not.
is
I don't-
so this is actually a far left policy. Do you think that it should be done forced or voluntary?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't think there's any rehabilitation for somebody that's done the most heinous of crimes without going into details against
Yes.
people, humans
Yeah.
of a sexual nature.
Yeah.
So-
Personally, that's
So I guess I thought there was a couple of things. One, I didn't think the government were planning to do this in a million years. I think it was just some sort of a headline to sort of show we're being tough on crime and tough on, all the causes of crime and all this. So I felt they'd thrown that out. And I also think policies, is it workable or is it not workable? And therefore there would be an element of, if it were voluntary done, if somebody'd accepted to have chemical castration, it would work. It's when somebody says no, and then you've seen during the week, doctors have come out and said, we would not do that to somebody else. We would not impose it on somebody else if they didn't want to do it, because there is meant to be autonomy of your body.
Even a chemical castration you wouldn't be involved in?
And that's why I say they put this out there to the public knowing it wasn't a workable solution. So people say, I want to do it and I would, and lots of people might say, but to force it on somebody, I think
use it as a punishment, which it would be.
I think they'd have to really work out who was going to do it, how it was going to be. And then the next thing, it's a continuous...
like an ongoing process.
Of taking chemicals, isn't it? So what you don't want to do, and then this is another question that comes forward, people say, you've let somebody out thinking they're on this course of chemicals. What if they don't take it? You've released them out into the public and you then think this community's safe, this person's taking these drugs, and they're not. That's making the community even more vulnerable.
Absolutely.
So I think there's a lot. So that's why I say workable, not workable.
Yeah, I think like the tags, I think we all assume that tagging gets done before the prisoner leaves the prison. But I think it was recently shown that it isn't. And they have to have their tag put on. And if they're never in, they never get the tag on. I think it would be a similar situation with the chemical castration, that you're relying on a third party to implement, or even the
and if it's an ongoing process, you need to have the confidence that that person is going to continue in it.
What
if they don't turn up to have whatever it is, the rejection or the whatever,
or an appointment, or probation.
Exactly.
So again, you've got somebody else making sure it happens, haven't you? You've got to make sure it's enabled in one way or another. So again, workable, and whilst it's not, you keep them in prison. They get a sentence that is suitable to the crime.
Yes. Yeah. It has to be appropriate for the crime, doesn't it?
It does have to be appropriate.
So I think we are all in agreement that the prison reform gets a big thumbs down.
Yeah, let's use Esther's favourite
emoji, but the down
one.
Yeah.
It's a down from me.
Okay then. Brilliant stuff. So I think at the end of today's session, I feel that we have answered a lot of questions, but we have created more questions than we've answered.
We have, Penny, because now me and Esther have got to go away and do homework.
Well, also I'm going to tell you, right, I'm going to give a thumbs up emoji for today's show.
Liking it. I'm doing my laughing face.
Yeah, and I'll do my little squiffy eyes.
And an aubergine. Throw one in for good luck. Let's do it.
Brilliant.
Oh, and David Beckham.
Oh,